The Me Too movement obviously had tons of positive societal benefits, but it also freaked out Hollywood, as the studios seemed to stop making many of the R-rated and raunchy comedies that audiences love. They became too afraid to offend anyone, and that's the death knell for comedy. There's a huge audience for movies like The 40-Year-Old Virgin, The Hangover, and Bridesmaids, but Hollywood has ignored this genre in recent years, instead flooding the market with an endless stream of sequels and superhero movies. This trend may be one small factor in the pathetic state of the movie industry these days, but perhaps there's hope that Hollywood's cowardice may be easing a bit. With no hard feelings, the producers lean into this void with a movie marketed completely around its raunchy theme and R rating, and they somehow managed to land Jennifer Lawrence in the lead role. As an A-list leading lady, Jennifer Lawrence didn't have to take on a role like this, but she fearlessly and enthusiastically embraces the challenge. The premise of the story is clever and perfectly suited for a raunchy sex comedy. Jennifer Lawrence plays Maddie Barker, a pretty woman in her early 30s, on the verge of losing her house after she inherits it from her mom. She needs money, and then Maddie stumbles upon a strange Craigslist ad. The ad is from a wealthy couple, Allison and Laird Becker, seeking someone to date their teenage son, Percy. There's a twist, though. Allison and Laird are looking for more than just a date for Percy. Their 19-year-old son is extremely shy and inexperienced, and he's a virgin. The Beckers want Maddie to help Percy loosen up a bit and gain some life experience before he goes off to college. This includes teaching him how to party, drink, and even get laid. In exchange for all this, Maddie gets a used Buick Regal. She's an Uber driver, so she needs a car so she can work and pay off the house. Yes, it's ridiculous, but it's perfect for this type of movie. The setup is executed really well, as we see in the opening clip of this video. It's one of the best scenes of the movie, and we see Jennifer's comedic talents and timing as she plays off of Laura Benanti and Matthew Broderick, who are fantastic as Allison and Laird. Andrew Barth Feldman also does a great job as Percy, playing an over-the-top version of the sweet but awkward bookworm who has no idea how to handle Maddie. But this is where the movie starts to falter. The basic story arc is totally predictable, and the dialogue and slapstick scenes are so over the top, but most of them just aren't that funny. The writer and director seem to think that pushing the envelope on absurdity is the only way to get laughs, but often they waste the brilliance of Jennifer Lawrence and the obvious talent of Feldman. Also, the film gets a bit too syrupy and sentimental at times. That said, there are some funny scenes, including a scene with Maddie looking for Percy at a high school party, only to be faced with a bunch of politically correct millennials who start to judge every word she says. They also pull out their phones and start filming her. It's pretty funny. This commentary on modern culture and the race to be offended by any statement that doesn't meet new speech standards is the best contribution from the film. Someone needed to poke fun at the excesses of the millennial generation, and the clever writing here stands out. Maddie's friends, Sarah and Jim, played by Natalie Morales and Scott MacArthur, also has some funny lines along the way as they observe Maddie's absurd situation with Percy. Meanwhile, Jennifer Lawrence really goes all in on this role, bearing all along the way. Her full frontal nude scene on the beach naturally generated a ton of buzz for the film, and she also looks amazing, of course. She handles every scene beautifully and has some good chemistry with Feldman, showing again why she's one of the top actresses in Hollywood. Too bad she didn't have some better material for most of the scenes. While the film isn't perfect, everyone involved, from the writer, director, producers, and the cast, deserve credit here for trying. Hollywood needed a wake-up call, and hopefully we'll see more R-rated comedies in our future. The film wasn't a big hit, doing just okay at the box office, but the critic and audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes are surprisingly good. In the end, the charisma and talent of the cast, particularly Jennifer Lawrence, helped carry this film, and there are just enough well-written scenes to make it worthwhile when you're looking for some laughs. Enjoy.